Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk really quickly about why it's important to let a professional set up your LLC for you. Why it's important to sit down with the professional when you start your business. So I have been tagged in several posts where people are looking for help. They are crying out for someone to help them start their business, and they will ask, I'm looking for someone to help me start an LLC. A lot of people will tag LegalZoom, they will tag other online services, and you always have that one person that says, why are you paying someone for that? You can do that yourself. So I agree and disagree with that. You can completely complete a form by yourself, but understanding what you are doing, what you are signing up for when you complete this form is something totally different. So I'm going to take this time to kind of do a versus. I'm going to show you what the regular average citizen will think as they are filling out this form versus the professional, and why it's important to consider paying for someone's expertise, i.e. like myself, and understanding what all entails, what all I am providing when I help you through this process. So we're going to go through this, and I'm going to kind of give you some insight on why and what you guys don't think about when you are establishing your business. And most of the time, what people end up coming back to me to fix down the line. So I'm trying to save you some money. I know it feels like you're not saving money because you're paying up front, but in the long run, when you have dug yourself a deep hole, set yourself very far behind, it is very costly. So come on, let's go. So I'm on the Secretary of State, North Carolina Secretary of State business registration page. And it is going to ask me, has this entity been created in another state or country? I'm going to choose no. It's going to ask me, what type of entity do you want to create or register to do business in North Carolina? So for this video, I'm going to choose LLC. So first question, why are you choosing an LLC? Did you see some type of video? Did you see an ad that said it's a good idea to start an LLC because, of course, it will protect your personal assets? Now, I have a few things to say about that. If you don't have any assets, starting an LLC may not be that important to you. Assets meaning you own things. You own a home, you own a car, you own a boat, you own some type of property. If you don't own any assets, then if someone tries to sue you, there is nothing that they can get from you. If you don't have anything, there's nothing that they can get. Some people may disagree, and this is not legal advice. I do want to put this out there. This video is not legal advice, okay? So not only you need to understand why you're choosing this structure, but you need to understand the requirements on the federal and state level. This form will not give you that information. You have to sit down with someone, a professional, to find out what all the requirements are ongoing. So are there any monthly maintenance things that you need to do, quarterly, annually? What does being an LLC, or what does establishing an LLC mean to me? How will it affect me on all levels? Okay. So going back to why am I paying someone to complete this form? It's because we should be able to communicate these type of things with you when we sit down and help you form your business, because otherwise this form doesn't give you these heads up. It doesn't give you these steps. It doesn't give you these this knowledge. Okay. So let's go over to the next page. It's going to ask you enter the business name. So I'm just going to do, I think, Cupcake Delight LLC. This is going to check and see if this name is available in the state of North Carolina. So if there are any other LLCs operating with this name. So since it went through, that means it's available. So in this case, I'm going to register agent information. So what is a registered agent? A lot of people don't know what this is. So when you're completing this form as a regular citizen, as a new entrepreneur, you don't know what a registered agent is, but hey, I'm going to go ahead and click this box and I'm going to put some information in, right? So let me explain what a registered agent is. So a registered agent is any legal residence of the state, North Carolina in this case. This is somebody that has a legal residence here in North Carolina. That's what a registered agent is. This person or entity will be able to accept legal correspondence on behalf of your business. So this is where mail will come. Typically, if you are sued, information about the status of your business will be sent to this address. So some people use their own address, and then some people, if you have an entity that are acting on your behalf or as your registered agent, you would put their information in. Typically, if you go use a service provider to establish your business, then they'll put this information in. They'll choose themselves if they are registered with the state to be a registered agent. But in this case, let's say you are doing it yourself. You're registering your business yourself because you wanted to save money. So it's going to ask for the email address, and I'm going to see if I can make up one, 123@gmail.com. Is the registered agent a business entity? So I'm going to choose no. So it's going to ask for your name, teacup. I'm making this stuff up as I go. Now, this is extremely important. It's going to ask for your street address. Remember, this is public records. A lot of people, they don't know that right off the back, and they put in their information. They put in their personal address. You don't want your personal address out there for anybody to be able to search all over the world. So this is where I usually advise my clients to get a personal mailbox or a virtual mailbox where they can put in an actual physical address, so not a P.O. box, because you can't set up a business with the Secretary of State with the P.O. box. So we're going to get a personal mailbox so that we can use that address instead of our personal home address. So I'm going to put in an address here. I don't know. Is this address also the registered agent's mailing address? So we're going to choose yes. So the registered agent, again, they'll be able to get legal documentation. And let's see, is it telling me? So it's saying that this address can't be verified. So I'm going to use all right, so I certify that this is the registered agent, and also certify that this is a mailing address. Does the business entity have a principal office? I'm going to choose yes, and I'm going to put in a telephone number. Now, this will not be visible to the public, this telephone number, nor this email. I think the email will, but the email address, the telephone number will be public, but the email address will not. And so then we can put in the principal address. All right, and this is the principal mailing address. All right, so organizer. So who is the organizer? What does that mean? So the organizer is not someone that's affiliated with the business. So it could be just some entity, someone that's setting up the business for you. Typically, if you use a service provider, they will be a business formation provider. They will list themselves as the organizer. So if this is you, then you put that information. Whoever the organizer is, they will provide their information. All right, so in this case, I'm going to put the information as though this is actually the owner and they are acting as the member and the organizer. So I'm going to put teacup. All right, so teacup is the member and the organizer. All right, so company officials, what does that mean? So in the event that last step, we only chose a organizer, this is where we would actually put the members, the owners of the business. So let's move on. So the email address is optional. I'm going to put 123@gmail.com, and again, they do not display this. And when do you want this document to be effective? I'm going to say upon filing it. Any other provisions that you want to add to this? No, I don't want to add any provisions to this. The date the document was executed, I'm going to put today's date. And then this is going to ask us basically to e-sign the form. So it's asking now, are you planning to hire at least one employee? So this is extremely important. So please understand that if you choose yes, they are going to, they as in the state, they're going to look forward to you sending in payroll taxes. So if you don't know, please choose you don't know. If you're not, hit select no for now. And if you actually do have staff, go ahead and select yes. So if you choose yes, they're going to tell you that you can contact the Department of Labor to get posters, labor posters to hang up, because this is a requirement if you have employees. And these labor posters, they talk about wages and the different labor requirements in the state of North Carolina. All right. So once you get to this last page, it's going to show you everything that you put in. So all of the information that you put in, you can just verify it before you submit it. And then you're going to hit next. They're going to ask you, where would you like the information sent? And you're going to put your email in. Would you like it expedited? Maybe, maybe not. And then with the reference number, I always put the day's date. So 0605, I believe. Click next. And then you're going to pay. So as we went through this, and as you can see, this form was extremely simple to complete. However, it never talked to you during this process about what the filing requirements are each year, which is the annual filing report that's due for LLCs every year. It also didn't talk to you about taxes and how to report any income or loss that you incur as soon as you start operating your business. It also didn't tell you what forms you'll need, how you'll be able to actually register, how you'll be able to report your profit and loss or your income and expenses. It didn't tell you any of that. So while it is extremely easy to go in and complete this form, there's so much information that is not included with this form. It's just a form. So a lot of people, they do question what they're paying for. I can go online and fill that out, but there's so much more information that's involved with completing this form. There's requirements that they don't tell you, as you can see. So another thing to think about is that a lot of these entities, these organizations have had to hire due to the pandemic. You know, a lot of people were laid off. And now people are going back to work. So you're working with a lot of new people in a lot of these organizations. I have had to actually do a lot of people's jobs with the IRS, with the Secretary of State. Sometimes forms have been completed, they will push them back, tell me that they're wrong when they've been right. These are things that you wouldn't know, and this is why it's important to allow the expert, the professional, to take care of these things for you while you focus on whatever it is, your gift, your skill, your talent, whatever it is that you are amazing at. It's important for you to focus on that and to really consider and really understand that your job as an owner is not to do everything, especially things that you're not skilled, that you have no knowledge of. So briefly, I'm just going to tell you how setting up a business can really set you back if you don't do it right. So let's just say you complete this form, you completed it, you put the information that was asked, but you have no idea about filing your taxes. You have no idea on how to set up an account with the state for withholdings, for payroll, paying your payroll taxes, paying your estimated quarterly taxes, and you are operating for years without doing and having these things established. If they find out the state or federal, then they can go back and charge you for taxes for years. This is stuff that, they will hold you accountable and responsible for, even though you don't know. So they will, when you set up and establish things, they are taking it as you've done your due diligence. You sit down with someone because you take this serious and you want to operate high level. You want to operate as a business, as what you are setting up. So don't treat this any different than what you would treat anything else. If you have a baby, you're not just putting your baby in some daycare without doing research and making sure they're in good hands. Even with your doctors, you're not going just to any doctor, and you're not performing surgery on yourself just because of someone encouraging you or something you've seen on YouTube or TikTok. You are going to your doctor and you are letting them do their thing. They are the professionals, they are credentialed. So anyway, I hope this helps. I hope you have an understanding of why it's important not only to let the professionals handle their expertise, but understanding your role in your business, which is, again, whatever your gift, skill, talent is, and allowing someone that you trust, someone that's credentialed, someone proven, professional, to be able to take care of your business matters so that you can excel, propel, and be successful in business.